but I think that worked pretty well. I don't think we missed too much of anything.
No, it's not a good format.
Shakes got trolled by picking up some diamonds. Something I learned not to do when you're playing just the regular mode. If you pick up some diamonds, it's going to troll you when you jump into that hardcore stairwell. Usually wastes like a couple seconds, but typically doesn't matter. But you never know. Some of these races, they come down to the wire. And a quick Magneto helmet pickup from Comrade. Of course, does not have the desired effect of pulling things towards you, as you think it would. I believe a magnet was originally coded into the game, but we have a quick pause on the left there. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Not exactly sure why Shakes paused, but it looks like everything's still normal. But yeah, there used to be a magnet. Back when the debug menu was a thing I could use, there was like this magnet, and it was a really, really hilariously badly drawn magnet. I'm not sure who drew it. No offense if it was you, Ryan.
Probably Ryan himself.
But judging by that magnet, it was a good call for him to get Ted Martins in on the project. No offense. Actually, that was highly offensive. So, yeah, and I guess it just pulled gold and objects towards you, but it seemed like it wasn't exactly necessary. I don't know if he has any plans to bring that back.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the game has really changed a lot since I first started playing it, which I love. And I would say 100% for the better. Like everything that... Oh, bad move by Shakes there. What he needed to do was dig instead of attacking the dragon, but he tried to hit the dragon and then dig and got himself stomped.
Got
but a
beat.
Quick glass... Yeah, exactly. Quick glass shrine doesn't bomb the glass shrine, which is interesting. I believe that gives you glass armor, which of course allows you to take one hit before your glass weapon breaks. And he also found a black chest here, which, I mean, I would have... Usually when I see a glass shrine, I look around a little bit first just to see if I can find, say, a broadsword and turn it into a glass broadsword. But that's okay. I also just hate daggers.
ComradeNugget took a hit from a black skeleton towards his boss, but took it out and now picked up a titanium longsword. Excellent weapon to have.
My favorite weapon, as I say. It's I call it Old Faithful because really it's a classic weapon. It's nice and safe, does enough damage to get you through the game. Just a quality weapon all around.
Indeed.
Yeah, it looks like he got saved by that helmet he picked up, because if you got crunched by a black skeleton without any sort of armor, that's GG.
That is correct, yeah.
So he's still in this because of that helmet he found. So obviously it paid off. And Shakes is trying to move quick. He dropped in a trapdoor there and trying to catch up. But unfortunately, I mean, he's only got the dagger. You can take a glass dagger the whole way, but it's not easy. This will allow him to kill death metal quickly. He did drop a beat there, so he will be not picking up any more items. Just has to move on to zone 2.
That's rough.
Yeah, I would have wanted something there. I would also dig that cracked wall and see what's in there, but he doesn't. Who knows? There might be a glass shrine or a blood shrine or even a transmog. Maybe he'll want to transmog his weapon.
It might be worth the quick check anyway.
But he seems to have avoided it, so he's just moving on.
Caught up at this point.
Maybe he's super duper comfortable with the glass dagger. I'm only just sort of adding my own personal feelings in this. I do not like pretty much any dagger, even though I technically wrote the manual on dagger strats.
Quite literally.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He's just plowing through, but this is a dangerous drop. Although he did already fight death metal, so dropping down into your zone boss trapdoor isn't such a bad thing. Now he can one-shot that bat, and that's what I was talking about earlier about optimizing your movements. So because it's turn-based, he could have easily killed that bat with just one shot. Oh! Wow.
Oh.
Shakes went a little YOLO there, tried to go up the second lane, and it ended up costing him his life. So
yeah, I think he was trying to quick kill the boss by just getting a stab in or get the bomb in there quick, but went too fast.
Yeah, the second lane is where the king will show up when he castles, which he does.
Oh no! Nightmare claims another victim.
Wow.
It falls.
Dagger strat. Ryan pumped about the dagger. Yeah, I'm sure Ryan is just rubbing his hands together after that Nightmare kill. I'm happy to see Nightmare claiming another victim. But yeah, it's amazing when it happens. The Nightmare can really troll you. Like it can really cause some grief. Now another interesting thing occurred here where Shakes, is it Shakes or Shacks? I'm not sure. I believe in the Balls of Steel they call them Shakes. So I'll probably end up just calling them both things. But he went to a Shrine of Risk and picked up an Obsidian Flail. But you can bomb the Shrine of Risk now, and it gives you a spell of need, or a Scroll of Need, which of course when you get to have a heart gives you a potion, which essentially makes the Shrine of Risk viable because it gives you a whole another 4 floors to drop down onto, plus the food you already get. So it makes it viable as an early pickup. But he did not go that route, so now he's going to be struggling to find some food. And if he takes any damage, he's really in trouble. Speaking of which, he just took some damage. And that, of course, was a tough one to be in.
Another red dragon death?
Yeah, the red dragon. I mean, that was the ghost kind of cornered him. The flail's a little tricky sometimes. And he's back to square one. Now he finds just a single bomb, which means he will not be able to bomb into that locked shop and kill the shopkeeper. So finding 3 bombs is great because you can steal what's in the shop. But he did not find the 3 bombs, just the single. And gets dunked by a red bat again. Shakes is struggling a little at the front here. It looks like Comrade is also on 1-1. Maybe taking his time through this first floor.
Indeed. Not getting anything too exciting, I think.
So, Blood Shrine, what does that drop when you bomb it? I can't think of it right now. Oh, it gives you, is it some food item? No. I can't remember. That's sad.
I was thinking the Shrine of Risk gave a Ring of Regen, actually, and maybe the
oh no, it's
Shrine.
The Ring of Regen is from the Blood Shrine.
Oh,
and
okay.
And the Scroll of Need is from the Shrine of Risk. That's what it is. I remembered, guys, without having to look it up. Hooray! And Comrade did take some damage there, so he's down to 1 heart, but found surprisingly good chainmail. I always think the chainmail is not as strong as it is.
I just saved him right there.
Really good. Oh yeah.
Accidentally lost a beat there.
Ouch. Yeah, that's not what you want. It's of course, like I said, it's a turn-based game, so if you lose a beat, you're giving up your turn. That forfeit of a turn can really do some damage because the enemies are not forfeiting their turns. They're gonna go regardless. And Shakes has got himself a death over on the other side. What was that? A white monkey, yellow skelly?
Yep. Got caught out with the white monkey.
Bit of struggles over at the beginning here. Shakes has got himself a spear, as well as a torch, so that's pretty good. That's a good start. We'll see if he flawlesses this Deep Blues fight, and if he can find something. I would probably go for the black chest at the end, see if I can get a better weapon.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd do as well.
Using the 3rd lane strats, which are the safer strats, not to YOLO that 2nd lane. And gets a titanium whip again. Problems reporting that Shakes used to be a top-tier racer when Necrodance was new. Probably top-tier speedrunner, because he was at the top of a lot of the leaderboards. And I wonder if that's if those skills translate or not. It's not necessarily 1-to-1 between speedrunning and racing.
Yeah, they're very, very different beasts. They certainly you want to go fast in both situations, but in racing you have to make sure you take some time to be a little bit safer, so that you're playing against your opponent, not just against the clock itself.
Exactly. Unless, of course, your opponent is YOLOing, in which case you got to keep up. So it depends on what your opponent's doing. If your opponent is playing super slow, then take her down a notch.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if you're playing against like Rad or Jack of Games, you're gonna wanna go as fast as you possibly can, because those guys do too. And I know when I'm racing them, it's basically like I'm gonna go pretty fast and hope that they die.
Yeah, that's where I do.
So sticks with the spear on Shake's side. He found the flail. I don't blame him there, but accidentally got stomped by a black skelly there.
I wonder if they thought they'd already picked up the flail?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he would have been fine if he used the flail there, but unfortunately got decked by that dragon, or by the black skelly. I said dragon because I saw a dragon. And a pickup of Old Faithful over on the right-hand side.
Very nice. Very
nice pickup.
Indeed.
And he's got that Torch of Foresight, so as you can see, he can... it does act as a type of mapping, because especially in Zone 2, it tells you the way to the room, because basically there's secret rooms in between you and the exit. That's kind of how it works. And typically there's traps in those secret rooms. And so if you see a room full of traps, go that way. And you'll find the
Very
exit.
helpful.
Oh, and a lot of skellies here for Comrade, but he handles them very nicely. Old Faithful putting in work. And a dead nightmare.
And a nightmare. I don't think this one's going to troll him, but no, he's fine.
No, he seems fine. It's more if you break through a wall and there's a nightmare there, because then you don't know what's on the other side. If he's already cleaned out the room and the nightmare comes to him, then it's no big deal. Oh, and a happy little tunnel there for him. Will he bomb it? We'll find out. That's almost definitely the way to the exit for Comrade. He might go the long way, though. We'll see if he uses his bomb, or if he drops in that trapdoor. Looks like he's thinking about it. Dropping a few beats there. And Shake's desperately looking for any kind of build here. Needs to get things started. I think he's going to try and get that glass weapon from that dragon, but there's so many enemies that he's going to have to do a little bit of damage to this dragon first, and he's got some bounce traps, so we're going to see some drangling. Handles it nicely, so that's good. Looks like he'll have no problems, and picks himself up. Very nice strangling, gets himself a glass rapier out of that, which is the item you'd want if you're trying to catch up. It's a bit YOLO, because of course if you take damage, that's it, and the rapier lunge puts you in harm's way sometimes.
I feel ComradeNugget's going a little slow because they know they're ahead, but with that glass rapier, Shax could catch up really quickly.
Yeah, but he does, by not going through that little tunnel, he manages to find a map. So that's good.
He gets a map and a ring of shielding, so both of those could be lifesavers.
Oh yeah, so hopefully for his sake, we don't find out exactly how that ring of shielding works. But I guess, yeah, we're waiting to see. If he gets hit, it'll pop the shield spell, I believe, right?
Yes, that's how it works. When he
oh
gets hit.
No! Shakes got trolled by some moles there. He was going a little too YOLO, and he ended up getting surrounded by moles, and moles are tricky. Moles will screw with your timing. And then by the time he had the one mole dead, the Minotaur was already on his back, and there was nothing he could do.
There's a blood crossbow. ComradeNugget is opting.
Let's see if he gets it. Oh, there's a surprise. And leaps down the trapdoor just to save himself a couple beats. Another thing you'll want to really pay attention to is a really interesting thing about the trapdoors versus the stairs is that the trapdoors actually don't stop the timer, and they take a few seconds to drop down. So when you drop in the stairs, it instantly gets you onto the next level. But next time you see somebody drop down the trapdoor, watch it. It waits a few seconds, and those few seconds can be very precious sometimes. And as we've acknowledged before, these races can be within seconds. So it can be the difference. Obviously, if the trapdoor is close and you already killed the mini boss, hop down it. But if it's a difference of the stairs are about 4 tiles away from the trapdoor that's right in front of you, you might be better off going for the stairs. I'm not sure the exact number. But, yeah, you might end up saving time by doing a couple extra beats there. And that's something you have to keep in mind, especially when you're doing high-level speedrun strats.
Oh, yeah, for, records and stuff. That would be very important.
Absolutely. Shake's a little bit of a dicey situation here. Handles it okay. But, of course, has to watch out for that blue dragon plus those goblins, but handled it. Did I say Shakes? I meant Comrade.
Yeah, I think he's mostly trying to play it safe. Oh! Whoa. Okay, yeah. His ring of shielding there just popped after he got pushed.
Popped it, worked out. Nicely done. And Shake's moving quick, got himself a health build, needs to find some items. And now, based on the way that these guys have been running, I don't know if Shakes is better off just trying to find a nice build, take his time, and see what happens with Comrade.
Yeah, I think he's just too far behind. He has to just try to take his time and hope Comrade dies, I think.
Pretty
Which he
rough
could, I mean,
setup here for Comrade, but he manages to line up all his enemies and runs into the shop. A really good move. Running into the shop is the first strategy most people learn when it comes to Zone 2. Sorry, Zone 3.
Zone 3, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really important one.
Because none of the enemies can break the shop walls. So
Exactly.
even if they're all swarming you, they'll all be funneling through just that one little opening.
It's not the fastest, but it's very, very safe. So
Absolutely.
It's exactly what he should be doing right now.
Still got a bit of a trolley situation there. Gotta watch that Klappa. But he's fine, and on to the boss. A glass longsword over on Shake's side. That's another item that can get him moving. And he's found the glass rapier, he's found the glass longsword, but it might be a little too late here.
Yeah, Comrade made a point of making sure to take out that red bat before it caused any issues.
Looks like he took down the goblins too, which also cause issues, and manages to murder King Konga. For whatever reason, I always want to say Donkey Konga, but that's just an old game from the GameCube. That was a great race. So I'm gonna have them just go straight ahead because, of course, that was a 15-minute race, and we want to make sure that all the races get in. We are imposing somewhat of a 45-minute limit to these races. We're not going to stick necessarily to it, depending on how it goes. It's mostly there for if people can't finish a run. We don't want to just keep watching people not finish a run. But that was an excellent race. That was just getting trolled right at the end. It looks like my two streams are identical, so they both jump down at the same time. So what we're seeing here is what's happening. There's no difference in the two streams, which is very exciting. Timer is off and running. We got one win for Comrade. Shakes is still looking for his win there. Both very close. I think we have a very equal match here. Very equally matched up. And both getting the golden bat to start.
I'm surprised Comrade didn't bomb into the special shop in that room. He has 4 bombs. It could have been something pretty useful.
Yeah, and we're seeing Shakes also skipping his secret room. Interesting. I realized that I used secret room for 2 different things. So I don't know what you'd call it. I guess shop, hidden shop, secret shop. But he also avoided it. Now, he only has 1 bomb, so that's a little bit more understandable, because that 1 bomb can save you a lot of time on the first boss.
Yeah. But 4 bombs, you've got an excess. And
yeah, I would
really
totally be bombing in there. I mean, I guess you could argue that it takes a little bit of time, but really, the time's worth it if you find something amazing. You might find a map, you might find a compass, you might even find just a titanium longsword like you had last map. And of course, it worked out for Comrade. Like I said, Old Faithful.
Even something simple like a basic rapier is a solid upgrade to the dagger.
That's
Sorry,
true.
Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan, just always with daggers. Daggers for days. Bit of a runner here from that monkey for Comrade, but he handles it no problem.
Yeah, I think he's playing this. One thing that's important, especially in races, I think, is to realize that you can just sit in space where you don't have to tap against a wall or anything to purposely miss a beat. It's a hard strategy to get used to, especially since it's so important to keep the beat in a lot of the other game modes. But I think Comrade was missing out on that in a few places.
Oh, and gets decked by a bishop. Comrade down. And some excellent cat strats going on for Shakes versus Donkey Konga there. Yeah, I definitely had Donkey Konga 1 and 2. I played the crap out of those games.
Nice.
I loved the clap feature. Oh man, that game. I don't know. Probably nobody remembers it. And it had such funny songs. It was kind of like right when Guitar Hero was becoming a big thing. Which of course I loved. And it would have like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and a bunch of other ridiculous bands. It was just, there was never any consistency in the genre. It was just all kinds of random songs. There was a second Donkey Konga the Squirrel, and it was even better than the first one. It was just basically more songs. Yeah, Base Rapier on Zone 1, yeah, is really good.
Even Ryan will admit it's better than the dagger.
Oh, look, it's Crumps. Hi, Crumps. Thanks again for supporting the stream. Crumps is a wonderful supporter of the Condor, and of course, he is kind of, in one way, a founder of the idea. Yeah, he runs the Boiler. They'll be doing Boiler Season 3 coming up, and it's going to be Rebirth. And I am going to do my darndest to get in. But yeah,
the Frost Dagger kicking some trash with that.
Yeah, that Frost Dagger is super powerful now. After the last update, it does 3 damage instead of just the 1 it used to do.
Ryan really wanted Pete to make sure people were using daggers.
Yeah, that's a situation for sure where Ryan was like, "Come on, guys, use it. It's cool," and it is cool. Same with the Dagger of Phasing.
It really is.
But with the 1 damage, you just don't want that in later rounds. But now with 3, you can take that one right to the end if you want.
It's a huge amount of damage. I think it's actually like a really good weapon now at 3 damage.
An awesome tunneling job there from Shakes, because he kind of got trolled by the position of that armadillo. But yeah, it is really good. The ow!
Yeah,
that was.
I'm predicting bad things. Oh, whoa! That's beautiful.
That was an amazing use of the bomb.
But that was amazing.
Very well could have been a panic bomb. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Comrade with an excellent use of what used to be a bug. It's brought up quite frequently in the bug reports on the forums, where people say, "Oh, you don't take any damage when you're being captured by a monkey," but and that was originally a bug, but because it's so awesome when it works out, Ryan decided to keep it in, but unfortunately could not handle the spawns of death metal there, and down he goes. And I think you are a little bit behind me there, Twinge. Just a heads up on that one. If you want to reset or refresh the stream, so it's a little more close.
But that happens.
It's fine. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to cause too much of an issue. Now, Shakes is ahead here. He's in Zone 3, Zone 3-2. He's got a nice tight...
He's going to die because he didn't keep his Frost Dagger, though, so...
Oh, yeah. I actually forgot to notice if he stepped on hot coals or not, and if that's still part of it, or did Ryan switch it so it's only damage on hot coals?
I think Ryan took that out in the last patch.
Yeah, that was really trolly. Something you just don't expect. But yeah, it used to be the case that if you stepped on hot coals with the Frost Dagger, you would lose your Frost Dagger. Nicely done by Shakes there. He had a bit of a sticky situation with all those Hellhounds, but manages to handle it pretty well. 3 Hellhounds plus a Minotaur can be a little dicey sometimes. And playing super safe, doing the wiggle strats just to go back and forth. Takes half a heart damage from that pusher trap, though. Not strong enough to push him through the door.
Okay, Jack confirms hot coals no longer melt.
Thank you, Jack. Much appreciated. And Jack will be my co-host later, probably in the later rounds. Oh, this is a sketchy... Wow, these strats. Shake strats. Gonna bathe in fire.
On the heavy metal there.
So aggressive, but handles it. And that is 6:38. Much faster race than last time. Shax bringing the heat. I'm going to quickly jump in there, I believe. So just one moment while I set this up. And there was something I was going to say about Comrade, but I forget what he did. Forget. Hey, everybody. Is this working?
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent race. Is it Shax or Shakes? I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
I don't care.
Okay, well, excellent race from the both of you. That was very exciting. Really, really fun. Congratulations. That was some YOLO death metal at the end there, Shax.
That's my regular strat.
Is it?
I'm not ready for bomb strats. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when it comes to a weapon that I'm not familiar with, Death Metal 3, I usually just take those beetles one at a time, but you... yeah, I guess you had something planned there, and very nicely done. Really, really nice. A really great race. But we're going to hop right back into the next one. Shacks, and we have ourselves a race. You guys seem very equally matched, which is really fun and exciting for all of us. So let's get this next one started. It is 1-1, best of 3. Good luck, the two of you.
All right, thanks.
All right, guys. So let's get this started. And you're there, right, Twinge?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And we're going. So you'll notice both racers and pretty much every racer who's going to race, when you first start, you're going to go down and to the right. And that's because Zone 1, even though it's procedurally generated, it's not randomly generated, it's procedurally generated. And so your exit will likely be down to the right in Zone 1. And also you'll be digging because you find a secret room, and those secret rooms typically contain the chest that you're looking for. So, which I believe Comrade picked up a broadsword from. And going over to grab a couple bombs there for Comrade quickly before jumping down to his 1-2, which it looks like shakes. Yeah, absolutely. Bombs are so useful now. That was something that Ryan intentionally wanted, was much more useful bombs, and definitely got. I think finding bombs is one of the best things you can do in the first few levels.
Yeah, I still have a lot of work to do to learn some of the bomb strats on bosses and stuff. It can save you a lot of time.
Absolutely. I feel like the bomb strats are a lot easier than the old strats. And as I was mentioning before with my Necrotome, those don't consider the bomb strats, but I feel like the majority of ways you kill bosses nowadays is bomb strats, which we can certainly go over as they get to the bosses. I'll let you know whether they do or don't use them. I'll explain the bomb strats. So what we're seeing in Conga now, this was the latest edition of bomb strats, and the reason, and we'll see if Comrade does it. Comrade decided not to, and is going with a unique, we'll say unique strategy with the broadsword there. But the bomb strats for Conga is you can actually blow up his throne, and if you blow up his throne, it won't get rid of the Conga line. It'll still be there. But it'll drop Conga off after you, and then you just have to do the 2 hits, and he'll teleport after each hit, just like the other one. And that looked like a Deep Blues fight on the other side. I was half paying attention because I was mostly paying attention to Comrade. But in the Deep Blues fight, what you want to do is get right up next to the... because bombs do 4 damage and the king has 4 health, you basically want to just get up close to him and bomb him. So you clear away enough enemies that they're not going to cause any problems and take them down. The layouts for... So I already explained the layout for Zone 1. Zone 2, basically, you want to dig regardless. So what we saw on Shake's side was an up-left pattern. So he'll want to dig either down or to the right to find his way to the boss. Whereas on Comrade's, it was, I believe, an up-down. And so he'll want to dig to the left or the right to find his way to the boss. And occasionally you get trolled. And that's what we saw on Comrade's side, where he went right and left, and they were solid walls on both sides. So now you kind of just gotta hope you find it fast. Which you never want to see in racing, because I don't know what the percentage of that happening is, but it's very low. Most of the time it is either dig left, dig right. In that situation, it'll be fine.
A lot of the chat is a little surprised. I was as well that Comrade did not decide to rob the shop earlier to grab the heavy plate.
Oh, I had missed that.
Strong.
Yeah, heavy plate is really good. The only downside, in my opinion, of the heavy plate is the same downside I have with things like lead boots, where it changes your expectations a little because you no longer bounce on bounce traps. And when I play, I'm trying to keep... Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, Shakes. Wow, that was some Drangling if I've ever seen it. That was awesome.
That's hardcore Drangling.
Hardcore Drangling right there. I can see that being a new show on, like, TLC or something. Hardcore Dranglers. Anyway.
That'd be a sci-fi miniseries.
Or a sci-fi miniseries. Yep. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Got off on too much of a tangent there. But yeah, you can steal from the shopkeeper if you want, by blowing him up with bombs. That's the easy strat anymore, now that you can use bombs to aggro him. Before, it used to be pretty much just a red dragon did it. And then Ryan added the ability to use fireball spell or bombs.
Shake's taking a hit on his boss fight, so he's not going to get a chest, but he's in decent shape with his equipment build.
Oh yeah, his health is fine. He's got a bit of a health build here, because he's got the blood and the food. The blood whip, the food, and the cheese. He might consider using the cheese, I don't know. Although he just took half a heart heal from the whip and then got the cheese and got rid of the whip. So we'll see what happens here. But he did find a lovely glass longsword. and a compass, so that's a really nice find for him. He's going to want to keep that ring, though. Although once you pick up a glass weapon, your health is, I wouldn't say meaningless, but less meaningful, that's for sure.
A lot less important, yeah.
Because the chances of you dying if you get hit are much greater, because that glass weapon will break when you get hit. Which, of course...
And a potion over on Comrade's side.
And, of course, ham, so we got a really nice
Glorious
build.
ham.
The glorious ham. Nice health build for Comrade. A little bit of a dicey situation there. That nightmare, again, causing a little bit of issues. There was a black skeleton in the way, and it was hard to see him. And so you're trying to attack at the nightmare, and you're not hit. You're just hitting a shield. A little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
A lock shop find for Shakes. Is he going to go for the lock shop? We'll find out.
He's got enough bombs to do it, but his build's strong enough also that he might just not worry about it. He's also ahead, and he wants to keep that lead.
Absolutely, especially since Comrade is dropping down into the third zone right now as we speak. So really pretty close. Took a bit of damage, but he does have that ham. He should drink it. There he goes. Drinks the ham. Nicely done.
Drinks the ham.
Sorry, that's
Hot
a left.
ham water.
Delicious. Oh my god, that's so disgusting. That's like those kids in grade 4 who would like bring like boiled hot dogs in a thermos for lunch.
Oh no.
You know what I'm talking about. No?
I don't.
It's like
nonsense.
It's like I'm a parent who does not care about my child. I'm going to send them to school with just like, let's take these hot dogs out of the fridge and put them in a thermos with hot water, and then by lunchtime they'll be somewhat boiled.
That's horrifying.
Oh, I know.
I feel like you're just making it up.
I swear I am not. In fact, I will argue, and this is going to be something I should not admit, but I don't know how familiar you are. Oh, a bad confused trap there for Comrade. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the rock and roll band Limp Bizkit. But they do have a... and the run ends. I got too busy talking about my thing. Congratulations to Shakes with a solid victory. Once he picked up that longsword, he was off to the races there. So Shakes is now officially ahead 2-1. Don't worry, I will continue my my Limp Bizkit conversation in a second. We're gonna wait for the next one to go. BMZ Loop, just as well I ate earlier. Oh, okay, so it's not gross for you guys. Don't need dinner. Sorry, Crumbs. Yeah.
Well, he's thanking you for it, Elon.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I think they have their album is called like Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. I always assumed the hot dog flavored water portion of that was with regards to people cooking hot dogs in a thermos. I don't know, maybe that's just a thing that and I swear it wasn't me. It's not one of those situations where like some friend I know, air quotes.
maybe it's just a very, very silly Canadian thing. I don't know. I just don't want to be anywhere remotely associated with this hot dog water here.
Yeah, warm hot dogs in a thermos is hilarious and disgusting at the same time, in my opinion. All right, so we got a cat. Back to action here. We got a cat over on the left-hand side with Shakes. Just a normal cat, not enough to get you through the entire run, but a good first floor weapon. It's also, cats tend to be a little faster because you can keep moving towards the exit while doing damage and taking enemies out.
Likewise, on the other side, an even better first floor weapon with the golden longsword. No extra damage, but nice range. Yep,
nice and safe. And we just found out for sure that the Blood Shrine does indeed give you a Ring of Regen, because that just got bombed on Shake's side.
Very nice.
And a little monkey attack, but no issue there. He was not under any sort of threat, so just bumping and grinding with that monkey.
I'm not even going to touch that.
Oh, we're having a good time here, folks. Everyone's having a good time. All right.
I think most of the people came to hear about the hot ham water, not to really watch the races.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course. And of course, hot ham water is way more appetizing than hot dog flavored water. Because who knows what's in hot dogs? Whereas ham is objectively
it's almost
delicious.
like you're making a broth or something.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, throw a ham bone in a thermos. Got yourself a stew going. Yeah, just to sort of clarify why I said drink the ham, it was a, I don't know, it goes over from when I used to play Left 4 Dead competitively. We always said drink the pills, and when you're panicking, because, you know, it's an entire bottle of pills you've got in that game, and you down it. So it's like as if you're drinking a bottle of pills, and so then I guess, like, things that give you health in video games I associate with drinking. I don't know.
Nice.
That doesn't really explain much at all, but there you
Solid
go.
upgrade on ComradeNugget's side. Got his longsword upgrade to a titanium rapier here.
And likewise on Shakes, we got another rapier. It's an obsidian, though, so we're seeing that same thing where you've got obsidian on one side and titanium on the other, but of the same weapon. Both
Comrade
excellent.
buying out his entire shop, getting a shovel upgrade and a scroll and a heart. Continue.
Yeah, that scroll is excellent. Of course, he does have most of what he needs. If he uses the scroll now, I believe he will get himself a torch, or he can wait until he's at half a heart to get himself a potion, which of course is extremely useful.
Yep. Scroll will be very versatile as long as you can actually remember what it does.
Yeah, and the tricky thing though is knowing how to get to half a heart. So he'll have to take 1.5 hearts of damage to get there, and that can sometimes be tricky to organize. All right, and it looks like Shakes is ahead here. He's fighting his Zone 2 boss, and he takes him out pretty easily. He does the fast strats, and he had a pickaxe, so 3 strikes of the throne with the pickaxe, and Donkey Konga is on your case.
He's got a really good pace going here.
Yeah, he's moving quick. We're sub 4 into Zone 3 is quality for racing, that's for sure. Shakes wants to put this one away, because he is, of course, ahead 2-1 here. So, Comrade's, he's got the weapon to do it. He's got a motor.
Definitely needs to pick up the pace.
Yep. And if Shakes wanted to use that trapdoor, he's not anymore. That elemental can destroy anything that it lands on. So if there's a trapdoor, the elemental is gonna destroy it. And a bit of a YOLO slide there from Shakes as he heads back. He could have been trolled pretty bad by that elemental, but he ends up being fine. He has a really nice situation right now with the Ring of Peace and the Obsidian Rapier. It's both safe and damaging, which is, of course, ultimately what you want.
Lovely place to be.
Yeah, but he is lacking a torch, which he may find in this, if he wants. You may find it in this chest, but really he doesn't need to worry about the chest right now. Oh, sorry, he's on 3-2. I thought he was on 3-3. I would have maybe gone for the chest there, because it might have been health, might have been a torch, and a death over on the right-hand side. I didn't see what happened. Did you see what happened there, Twinge?
Got taken out by Golem there.
That was a dirt golem stomping his head.
Yep.
Rough. And as you can see, that Ring of Peace paying off big time there. Now, Shax has a bit of a decision to make here, and of course he wisely digs. As you can see, he would have been slip-sliding right into that spike trap. Now, he would have survived.
He would have survived.
Yeah, spike traps only do 2 damage, and he's going to do the quick castle strat there, killing the king as soon as he castles. King thinking he's such a smart guy.